How does a moment last forever? How can a story never die? It is love we must hold on to. Never easy, but we try. Sometimes our happiness is captured. Somehow our time and place stand still. Love lives on inside our hearts and always will. Meaning turns to hours, days to years and gone. But when all else have been forgotten, still our song lives on. Good morning, afternoon, evening everyone. Hi, my name is Myra and welcome back to my channel. Yes, I decided not to give up in singing at the beginning of my video. It will not happen all the time, only when I feel like it. And since the movie is a musical, why the hell not? But when it comes to this movie, I have to say that there are some things that I like and some things that I don't like. I'll address everything after a quick preview of this movie, so hang in there. Grab a popcorn or a candlestick and a clock if you want to be in tune with the movie. Obviously, for those who have watched the original Disney movie already know what happened. There's a cursed prince turned to a beast by a witch. Given a flower as his lifeline, the witch said for him to be able to love or to be loved by another before the last petal fall, or he will be cursed forever, along with his loyal subjects that have been turned to trinkets and knickknacks. Then the movie slowly passed to a peculiar lady named Belle, a bookworm who is apparently weird for her time, and a captain named Gaston who wants Belle to be his wife because apparently she is the most beautiful girl in the village. Of course, Belle refused. And the story continues, with Belle's father walking inside of Beast's castle and took one of his robes, making Beast sentencing the poor man to a lifetime jail. Once Belle found out what's wrong, she rode to the castle and took her father's place. That's when the real story began. How Belle and the Beast fall in love with each other after going through a lot of shouting, groveling, and facing a maniac that wants to kill the Beast and makes Belle his wife, aka Gaston. Done. Now, for my first reaction, I am 90% sure that Emma Watson's voice is auto-tuned. I don't mean to disrespect anyone, not Emma or Disney, but it's just what I hear. The voice sounds odd and thick and pretty much pitch perfect. That's why I speculate that way. However, regardless of how she performs in the song, I still can't find a better actress to play Belle besides her. And character-wise, she did her job splendidly. And then there's the issue everyone has been talking about, especially in my country. It's about how LeFou is actually the first openly gay character in the movie, in Disney movie. When I heard about this news, I actually take it lightly. As in, I don't really mind that LeFou is gay. And the more I think about it, it makes more sense that LeFou is gay. I mean, the adoration that he has for Gaston is kind of abnormal. But maybe if he is gay, that can be justified. I thought that could give the LeFou in this version much more depth. But apparently, some parts of the world doesn't agree with that at all. A theater refused to show the movie, and I see posts and opinions about how having a gay character in a children's movie is wrong. Look, I'm not saying that having a gay character in this movie is wrong or right. I think everyone is entitled for an opinion for that issue. But I think this news is overblown by a mile, while the reality is probably nothing as what you might think or as what the people that disagry might think. I was actually a bit surprised when I saw the movie. I don't think LeFou has a tell that he is gay. Yes, he kind of flirted every now and then, but it's not like he's infatuated by Gaston's presence or something. A quirk that I thought would happen since he just followed Gaston like a pet instead of co-worker or assistant. But no, that's not what happened. If he is gay, it is quite subtle. In my view, he's just like another co-captain, assistant, friend of Gaston, regardless of his sexuality. So this issue here that gets everyone's panties in a knot is really not necessary. Seriously, just enjoy the movie for the beauty and the gorgeousness of it, and just leave the minor role alone. He did his job. He was a good role. Let that be that. Another part of the story that I like is how Belle and Beast have their own background story, even though for me, Belle's story is much more stronger than Beast. I'm certain that the movie makers want to show some similarities between Belle and Beast from their background, like how they both lost their mother and is alienated is in an outsider, how they are an outsider in their own home or place. But for the first part, how they don't have mother, Belle's story make much more sense than Beast. It was told that Beast was like that because his father was a douche and he thought Beast to be that way because he doesn't have a mother. But for me, him living in that castle and having this lavish lifestyle is enough for him to be kind of douchey. The father part is really unnecessary. Also, I agree how the Beast actually has a decent education and loves to read. I mean, he is a prince after all. It makes the connection with Belle much more worthwhile. Back to the characters. I love how this version of Levu has much more conscience than the cartoon version, knowing that what Gaston wanted to do is wrong and even having the nerve to question and eventually defy Gaston in the end. He actually has more depth in this version. In regards to that, I can safely say that the character that is so similar to the cartoon version is actually Gaston. The man is a jerk, a douche, a dimwit, wrapped up into one. I hate him so much in the cartoon and I hate him even more now. I'm sorry, Luke Evans. But that means that the actor, Luke Evans, is doing a pretty good job. Another character that I adore is the Beast. Not because he is the main character, but because he is much more human. I mean, compared to the cartoon one. He is more playful and less grotesque, showing that he might have a face of a beast, but he is still human inside. And someone told me that that is how Dan Stevens played his characters, and for me it works just fine. Although I am not sure about him having long lion-like hair. It's not that he's ugly with it, but it's still, nah, not for me. Although I do agree with Belle that him with a beard might be much more better. So, should you watch this movie? I encourage you to do it. Set aside the gossip, the hate, and the issue regarding this movie. Just watch it for your entertainment and, of course, be their guest. With great characters, amazing musical numbers. My favorite is Evermore, but I really like the PR guest version of this movie too. It's just so catchy and entertaining. Gorgeous settings and wonderful storyline. I think this movie is really enjoyable for many people, children or adults. So, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe because I will make more videos like this one and probably tarot reaction and challenges in the future. And don't forget, if you have subscribed or if you haven't, just click that little bell button please, so you will be notified if I have new stuff coming along. And yeah, I think that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope your ears don't bleed from my singing, and I will see you next time. Bye!